Okay. So now we will see the part 2 of the general organic chemistry, where we will see about the stabilizing effect. The most important stabilizing effect is the resonance. So we define resonance as the movement of pi electrons, or we can say movement of lone pair of electrons, or to be negative charge. So we can have any way of defining this movement, and generally the movement takes place only in one direction. In higher classes, when you go to advanced and all, you will have resonance taking place in two different directions. When we say one direction, the movement will always take place in one direction like this, or it will be taking place in this direction, or not like this. So usually this type of movement will take place. This we will see in higher classes, where we will have opposite conjugation. So resonance is sometimes also referred to as conjugation. So we will see example of how does this resonance actually operates. So if you take for example butene, CH double bond, CH single bond, CH2. Okay. Now if this is treated with HBr, what is the product? So now, as I told you in the organic schema, I told you this is the reactant and this is the reagent. You have to create plus minus here, you have to create plus minus here, and then you have to stabilize this. So how do you create plus minus? One way is you can shift it here, you will get a minus here, you get a plus here. So in hydrogen, bromine is more electronegative, hydrogen is electropositive. Therefore, you have one way of doing this. So now this is a secondary carbocation. Alternatively, if you can shift this double bond to this carbon, this will create a minus, this will create a plus. Still this is a secondary carbocation. So either way you separate, it's the same secondary carbocation that is getting generated here. So you have to, there is no need to stabilize this, because this is already a stable compound. This plus will come and get attached to the minus, this minus will come and get attached to the plus. So you get the product as CH3, CH, CH, CH2, and here you will have CH3. So you will have CH3 here. So in this you will have the H is getting attached here, Br is getting attached here. Either way it is the same thing. So you get 2 bromo butane. So this is one example of resonance. In aromatic compounds, suppose if you take say CH3, CH double bond, CH single bond, CH double bond, CH. So then you will have CH2Cl. Now as I told you, the electronegativity difference between these two atoms will be greater, therefore this will be minus, this will be plus. So this carbocation will be generated. So when you have this carbocation that is getting generated, this chloride ion will be a better leaving group. So this will leave and generating this carbocation. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon you have. So you have double bond here and here. So you will have double bond here and here, and then you have the carbocation here. So I am not drawing the hydrogens for the simplicity purpose. You have to draw hydrogen whenever you write a reaction. So once the chloride ion is removed, you get this carbocation in the reaction. Now this carbocation has to be stabilized. This is the intermediate I told you in the organic schema. This has to be stabilized. So how it will be stabilized? It takes place through resonance. So how does the resonance? Movement of pi electrons. So this is the pi bond here. This pi bond will move here. This pi bond electrons will move to this. So you will have a negative charge here. So you get a plus charge here. You will get this. So when you have plus and minus present in the adjacent element, you will have a bond that is getting formed here. Okay. So this is the resonance. Maybe we will write it as separate structure. So this is called as resonance structure 1. So when you shift this bond, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have a double bond here. Since this is shifted here, so you will have a double bond formed here, and this carbon will develop a carbocation. Okay, now to stabilize this, so this will be called as the resonance structure 2. Resonance structure 2. Now this carbocation has to be stabilized, therefore this will get shifted here. So you will have the minus here, and resonance structures are indicated by a double-sided headed arrow in the equations. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have a double bond here. So when you have plus and minus present in the adjacent atom, you will have a bond that is formed here. So now this carbon which has lost its electron, which has lost its share of electron, will develop a positive charge here. So you can see that this will be the RS structure 3. Now again, now this carbocation has to be stabilized. So now this carbocation has to be stabilized. Again this will get shifted here. Now you will get, once you get shifted here, you will get this carbon, this structure you will get this structure. And now once after this will develop the carbocation here, and now when this double bond shifts here, you get this structure. So now you will have totally 3 resonance structures you will have. So once you have the 3 resonance structures, we will draw what is called as resonance hybrid. So resonance hybrid will have all the features of resonance structure 1, resonance structure 2 and resonance structure 3. So now let's see what are those features. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again I am repeating, you should draw the hydrogen here for each carbon atom with 4 bonds. There is 1 bond means you put 3 hydrogen here, 3 bonds means you put 1 hydrogen here, similarly 3 bonds means you put 1 hydrogen here. So for simplicity purpose I am drawing it only the carbon skeleton. So if you take the resonance structure 1, so you have a double bond here, so you put a double bond here in the dotted line, and then you have a double bond here, so you have a double bond here in the dotted line, so you put a delta plus here. Carbocation is here, so you put a delta plus here. So this structure features you have incorporated. RS2 you have a double bond here, so you put a double bond here. You put a double bond here. This carbon has got a positive charge, so this carbon will develop a positive charge. Not this one. This carbon will develop a positive charge, and then you have the double bond here. Then in the RS3, so we have put the features of RS2. RS3 you have a double bond here, and then this carbon has got a positive charge. So this is called as a resonance hybrid. So what is a resonance hybrid? It will incorporate the features of resonance structures, all the resonance structures present here. So as you can see, the bonds between carbon 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, all these carbon, the bonds between these carbons are all having a partial double bond character. So how do we, now if you want to find out the number of bonds present between any 2 carbons in the this molecule, so you can draw the bond order. We can calculate the bond order. Bond order is given by total number of bonds in all resonance structures divided by total resonance structures. So total number of bonds in all resonance structures divided by total resonance structures. Suppose if you take, I told you I will take the bond between carbon 2 and 3. So here you can see there are 2 bonds here. Here you can see you have again 2 bonds, 4 bonds, 4. Here you can see there is 1 bond, so 5 bonds you have. So totally you will have, so bond order for C2 and C3, between C2 and C3 you will have totally 5 bonds you have in all these, and then you have 3 resonance structures, 1, 2 and 3 resonance structures. So 5 divided by 3 will be equal to, so you will have 0. You will have 1 point, remainder to 18. So you will have 1.6. So the bond order means number of bonds present between the 2 atoms. So here you can see that the number of bond is neither 1 nor 2. It's not a single bond, it's not a double bond, but it is 1.6, that is called as the partial double bond character. So we call this as partial double bond character. So all these carbon atoms will have partial double bond character, which will be difficult to break this. So this is the concept of resonance in the case of aliphatic compounds. Now we will see in aromatic compounds how does it really operates. So for knowing that aromatic compounds, you need to know the types of functional groups that are present in the organic compounds. You will have activating groups and deactivating groups. So I will explain how the resonance operates in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching.